Maya is standing in her kitchen at 1:14 a.m. The dishwasher hums. Her phone is dead. So she opens the family tablet to check a message from her sister. Instead, a notification slides across the screen. Can't wait until she finally believes it was all in her head. Her chest goes cold.
The message is from her husband, Evan. It is sent to a woman Maya has never heard of. Then she hears his keys at the door. He walks in, sees her face, sees the tablet, and before she can speak, he sighs like she has disappointed him. "You're doing this again," he says.
Again. That word hits her harder than the message, because somehow, in that moment, Maya is no longer sure what she just saw. So how do you get to a place where even proof feels slippery? How does someone end up doubting proof in their own hands? She is being gaslighted. Gaslighting is when someone keeps twisting facts, memory, and meaning until another person starts doubting their own reality. Not just one argument, not just one lie, a pattern, a slow attack on self-trust. 3 years earlier, Maya would have laughed at the idea. She was the organized one, the reliable one, the friend who remembered birthdays, saved receipts, and always knew where the passports were. She worked at a community college in student support. Long hours, low drama, steady purpose. Her life was not flashy. It was calm. Then she met Evan at a friend's barbecue. He was warm, funny, and unusually attentive. He listened with his whole face. He remembered details. He asked follow-up questions. When Maya mentioned her mother's illness, he did not rush past it. He stayed there with her. That mattered. After years of carrying other people's needs, being deeply seen felt almost unreal, but in a good way. Evan brought coffee when she worked late. He fixed small things in her apartment. He told her she deserved softness. Within a year, they were married. A year after that, they bought a small townhouse. Nothing fancy. A lemon tree in the yard, a narrow kitchen, sun in the front room by late afternoon. The kind of home that makes ordinary life feel safe. The first crack was so small it barely counted. Maya asked Evan why he had moved her car keys. He looked confused. "I didn't touch them," he said. She found them later in the laundry room. That was odd, but not meaningful. A week later, they were late to dinner with friends. Maya said, "I thought we said 7. Evan smiled. "No, babe, I told you 8. He said it lightly, no edge, no fight. Just enough to make her feel silly. By itself, it meant nothing. That was the trick. Nothing meant anything alone. Over the next few months, small moments piled up. A conversation she remembered clearly, he denied. A plan they had agreed on, he rewrote. A story told one way yesterday returned a different way today. If Maya pushed back, he stayed calm, almost too calm. He would tilt his head and say, "You've been stressed," or "I think you're mixing things together." Then he would kiss her forehead. He never looked like the unstable one. This is the first shift. He's not just denying facts. He is teaching her to distrust her own mind. After that, Evan slowly became the keeper of reality. He handled the calendar, the bills, the bookings, the social plans. If Maya checked something, he laughed and called her little detective. If she forgot something, he looked concerned. If she remembered correctly, he found a new angle, a new tone, a new technicality. He was never wrong, only misunderstood. Maya started correcting herself before he had to. Maya began making notes on her phone. Nothing dramatic, just reminders. What was said, what time, what day. At first, the notes comforted her. Then Evan found them. He looked hurt. "Are you documenting me?" he asked. The shame came fast. Maya deleted half the notes in front of him. She apologized. That became another pattern. He would do something strange, she would react, then somehow she would end up apologizing. Her sister, Leila, noticed the change first. Maya missed dinners, forgot to call back, sounded distracted. When Leila asked if everything was okay, Maya said yes. Evan had already prepared her. "Your sister has never respected our marriage," he said. "She plants doubts." So when Leila sounded worried, Maya heard criticism instead of love. She pulled back. That made Evan even stronger. Then came the first real shock. Maya found a receipt in Evan's jacket for an expensive restaurant, a place they had never visited together. The date was a Thursday. He had told her he was working late. When she asked, he did not panic. He smiled. "That's from taking that client out. We already talked about this." No, they had not. Maya knew they had not, but his certainty hit harder than her memory. He even added a detail. "You were half asleep when I told you." That detail made the lie feel possible. A month later, Maya heard a woman's voice in the background during one of Evan's late calls. He stepped outside immediately. When he returned, she asked who it was. He stared at her. Then came the sigh, the disappointed one. "You really need help with this jealousy," he said. Not anger, not confession, diagnosis. By the next morning, he had sent her 3 long texts, one about trust, one about marriage, one about how painful it was to be accused by someone he loved. Maya read the texts at work and cried in the bathroom. Then she apologized again. She even bought his favorite takeout on the way home. That night, he held her while she cried, and the relief of being comforted by the person hurting her made the trap even tighter. Now, the pattern deepens. Confusion turns into dependence because the person causing the pain also controls the relief. Maya's sleep got worse. Her confidence dropped. At work, she was still competent. At home, she felt foggy. She checked the stove twice, checked the door 3 times, reread old texts, read her own tone for hidden aggression. She started saying, "Maybe I'm wrong," before almost every difficult sentence. Evan liked that phrase. He did not say so, but he relaxed every time he heard it. Then money started disappearing, small amounts at first, a transfer she did not remember making, an online purchase she did not recognize. When Maya raised it, Evan looked stunned. "You bought art supplies last week," he said. "I even joked about your new hobby." Maya did buy art supplies, but not these ones. Still, the facts were getting crowded now, half familiar, easy to scramble. She almost let it go. Then Leila called, not texted, called. She said she had seen Evan downtown on Thursday night, not once, twice, with the same woman. Maya felt the room tilt, but even then she defended him. "You probably saw someone else," she said. Leila went quiet. Then she said something Maya would remember forever. "You trust his version of events more than your own life." For the first time, Maya did not feel accused. She felt seen. Then came the tablet, the night from the beginning, the message on the screen. When Evan walked through the door, Maya looked at him and something had changed. Not the evidence, her, because Leila had been right. Proof alone had never been the missing piece. Permission had. Permission to trust herself again. Evan started talking quickly. He said the message was a joke, work banter, out of context. He reached for the tablet. Maya stepped back. Then another notification appeared, this one from the same woman. She already does. You trained her well. The room went still. No clever explanation came this time, only anger. Evan called her dramatic, then unstable, then cruel, then paranoid. He cycled through identities for her, hoping one would stick. But when gaslighting breaks, it can break all at once. Maya opened her notes, the ones she had hidden in a cloud folder. Dates, photos, transfers, contradictions, messages. She did not shout. That frightened him more. She simply read, one item after another. A calm record of reality. He tried to interrupt. She kept reading. Then he said the truest thing he had said in months. You always make everything worse. Not because she was wrong, because she could finally see. Maya left that night with one suitcase. She sat in Leila's guest room until sunrise. No dramatic music, no big speech, just silence. And then grief. Because the deepest betrayal was not only the cheating, it was the years he spent teaching her not to believe herself. And once you understand that, the question changes. It is no longer, why didn't she see it? It becomes, how was she trained not to? Let's name this clearly. What happened to Maya is called gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone manipulates another person into doubting their own perception, experience, or understanding of events. And the phrase reality erosion is useful here. It is not a formal diagnosis. It is a plain way to describe the effect. Bit by bit, a person's trust in their own reality gets worn down. Quick note, this section is for education, not personal advice or diagnosis. So why does gaslighting work so well? First, it usually begins inside trust. A stranger cannot easily rewrite your reality. A loved one can. Second, gaslighting rarely starts with huge lies. It starts small. Tiny corrections, tiny denials, tiny moments that seem too petty to fight. Each one is survivable. Together, they create a new normal. Third, the target is often pushed into mental overload. They start checking, rechecking, comparing, apologizing, and rehearsing. That burns energy. And if this story felt familiar, I want to ask you something simple. What is one moment in your life when you realized your confusion was not weakness, but a warning sign? Betrayal leaves clues. Psychology reveals them.